Hi, this is Tony Smothers for the Orlando Business Report. As Vice President of Business Development for Powerhouse USA, I wanted to talk today about the sales process. Sales professionals have to keep in mind that it is a process. And the first point I wanted to talk about today involving the process is that every sale is not a good sale. As you uncover the challenges that a customer may be facing and you're helping them find solutions, keep in mind that it may not be a good fit. They may be looking for a solution or have a budget that doesn't allow you to have the proper profit margin to make it worth your time. Your solution and what you do may not be the best fit for the customer. So just remember, every sale is not a good sale. And as sales professionals, we want to make that sale, but sometimes you have to walk away. And just keep that in mind, and it needs to be a good fit. The next point I wanted to talk about was don't allow the customer to self-diagnose. Realize that you're there as a professional. You have expertise in your area. The customer is certainly going to have thoughts and opinions and experience of their own in working with a company like yours, but you're still the expert. And if you allow them to self-diagnose too much, then they take you off of your real expertise and your real problem-solving abilities. It often happens as a marketing company with Powerhouse. It often happens you work with clients that have done some of their own marketing and done it effectively and done it quite well, but it's still not what they do every day. They still probably don't have the expertise that you do. So you just keep in mind you need to guide them down the path, and don't let them self-diagnose too much or they will take you off of your process. The next point I want to talk about was asking questions to your client. Realize that you'll gain a lot more credibility through asking questions than telling stories. Sales professionals are usually very talkative people, and they like to tell stories. And if it's an anecdotal story or it's an analogy for a point you're trying to make, then that's great. But remember, really understanding their challenges, their problems, helping them find solutions is really why you're there. So asking questions are going to build a lot more credibility than just telling stories. The next point I wanted to make was don't get emotionally involved. Often we get stopped as sales professionals by that first no, or we feel like we're not being heard, or we just emotionally get stopped. And if we remember, it really is a process, and we really are trying to give professional advice. Keep walking down that road and take the emotion out of it so that you don't get sidetracked and you really do stay on track. The next point I wanted to talk about was people never say what they really mean at first. Often you will find objections in a form that you don't quite understand, and it's not the real objection. People want to get to know you. People want to go through the process. So realize that the customer is going through a process as well. Give them the time to work through that process, and don't get hung up on the first things that they say that you find to be an objection or stopping the sale or stopping the process. So stick with it and help them walk all the way through. And then finally, for today, I wanted to make the final tip about not selling to a group. Often, people want you to come in as a sales representative and talk to their entire committee. And usually it's a mistake, because just like the old adage, too many cooks in the kitchen, spoils the stew. You get a lot of people in a room who all have opinions. They all hear things slightly differently. And then when they get back together and try to dissect the presentation or the solutions that you brought the company, it can often get confusing. So you're much better off trying to get directly to a decision maker, of course, and then work directly with that decision maker in the process to solutions to their problems or challenges. once you've really cemented that relationship and really had them understand the solutions that you're bringing, then you have that private champion and you've been clear with him that they can then take it back to the larger group. So those are my tips today. I'm Tony Smothers for the Orlando Business Report. We look forward to seeing you next time.